Dear student, now I am starting a new chapter, that is a green skill. Very important chapter, very useful chapter in this modern environment. So when we are working in the environment, we are working with a living beings, isn't it? In our world, we can see there is fauna, fossils, then a different type of living being. Flora, fauna is there, non-living creatures is there, vegetation is there, then climate is there, nature is there, resources is there. So this all these things what we find it, they are very important to the society. The what we find it, that each and everything what we find it, this is made up of our environment. Our environment is very important to us. If you don't keep a very good attachment to the environment, if you don't keep very good attachment to the environment and help the environment, like we are building a cities and cutting all the trees, towns are all the villages are forming into a cities, then what will happen? There will be a scarcity of food, there will be no rain, there will be oxygen, less of oxygen in the world, isn't it? So what is first and foremost requirement is that we must preserve our environment. This global warming, today we are facing global warming, so we are moving to the thing that we should plant a tree everywhere. A tree should be there, okay, by the side of the roads, by your in the house, in the flats, everywhere the tree must be there. So this is what we find it, that imbalancement in the society ecosystem is going to imbalancement. What are the reason? First and foremost is the deforestation, that means cutting down of the trees. So cutting down of the trees, that particular deforestation, what we find it, that with the deforestation, the trees are being cut down, and what we find there in this particular structure, in this particular part, the tree, what tree will going to help us a lot to give our different type of structural phase, that means our those the peoples who are there to live, the people, okay, to help the people to live in this particular situation. So what is the principle of it? That economical growth is required, environmental project is required, then social instruction is required, and cultural, all the cultural diversity is required. So we should do all these things. First, deforestation. Due to the deforestation, what we find, that the houses are built up in everywhere. Even if in the Shuknas and all this area, you can see it, so many houses has been built up. Previously no such houses were there. It was totally green, beautiful, rain was there, a lot of plantations were there, birds are there, animals are there. But nowadays, due to the deforestations, all are being vanished, and we are suffering our climatic disorderness, isn't it? Then degradations of the land condition is also going day by day. The rich fertile soil is washed away by the flood. Lot of floods are there, different type of flood formations we can see. Flood is been there, and it is taking the life of the peoples also. Over exploitations of the resources, taking out too much of coals or other different material, digging those material, don't cutting down the trees and resources. So what will happen? But at the time we are not getting the thing in a proper way. Oil, crude oil has been taken out so much that now the price of the petrol and diesel has been rise so high, isn't it? We cannot get a fresh air. That is also a scarcity, because we are many people we find that suffering from the different type of disordered problem of the respirations. So this is the thing what we find, that all these different pattern of things are there. E-wastage are there, wastage materials are being so much dumped up in the cities, and all the skyscrapers are there, isn't it? All the railway tracks, road tracks, everything, every thing, the thing has been done, but not in a proper manner. Therefore we are facing a lot of problem. Now what we need to do, we need to conserve our resources, we need to conserve our nature. So how to conserve the nature? First and foremost, first, air conservation. That means how to conserve the air. First and foremost, we have to make the air free of oxygen gas, ammonia gas, all these gases. So how we can make? First, we have to do the plantation. We have to make increase the plantation. Plantation should be done in by the side of the roads, every roads. Then in the house, those who are staying in the flats, there is small tree, the tree which you can plant at the rooftop, those tree which we can keep at the inside the house, that type of plant, potted plant should be there in every house everywhere. Okay, so air conservation is, this is